You don't need a big budget. This $3 a day setup plus one timing rule finds winners fast and blocks wasted clicks. I'm RJ Martinez. I've been in print on demand for over 8 years, sold over 125,000 products, and made over $500,000 in royalties. Today, I'll show you the timing and campaign structure that works for new Amazon merch on demand designs. Create separate campaigns for each design. This gives you budget and keyword control per shirt. Example, my Halloween design. Sorry, I'm booked. That campaign stands on its own. All right, so this is the design that we're going to be creating a campaign for. So we're going to come over here into the back of Amazon Ads, and we're going to come into the campaign manager. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and hit create campaign. And then as we create campaign, we're going to come over here to sponsored products. Now we're going to go ahead and so we have that design. Usually I like to put the name of the design at the beginning. So sorry, I'm booked. And then I like to put the ASIN right behind it and then the type of ad it is. So this is two things you can do here. If you want to do a manual campaign altogether in one, you can do that, which would be the exact, the phrase, and the broad. Or if you want to do separate ones where you would just do an exact campaign, okay, then a phrase campaign, okay, so each one would be different. So you're running like a total of 3 different manual ads. But for example, we're going to go ahead and just put all 3 of those in. We'll just put manual, just leave it manual. And then what you're going to do is put your ASIN of your product and you're going to plug it in here. And then you're going to add your product over here into, so you'll hit add your product. If you find your ASIN, you add your product into here. And that's how you're going to be launching to that campaign. Now, next thing we're going to do is come over here to targeting, hit manual targeting. Okay. And then we're going to be doing keyword targeting. So we're going to leave that. Now, when it comes to any of this, okay, it's going to show you, like when you add your products, I'm going to show you some suggested keywords. Now, I would recommend to understand like how are people going to search to find your products. There's obviously tools that you can go out there and use, but you can also use the Amazon search bar, because when you type in something into the search bar, it auto completes it and then gives you an idea. But if you like how people are going to find your design, okay, how they're going to search to find it. So sorry, I'm booked. Most likely people are going to search that. So when I come over here to enter my list, suggested bid, I'm going to come over here into default. Now, when it comes to this, it's up to you what you want to do, but we'll just go ahead and use 30 for the example. You can do 25 to 80 cents, 75 cents. It's up to you what you want to do. Now, with these ones right here, I'm going to check all 3 of them. Now, if I was just running a broad, okay, I would just leave that. Okay, if I'm just running a phrase, I'm going to check the phrase. If I'm just running an example, I'll just check the exact. Now, so we're running all 3. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab some keywords. So for example, let's say, sorry, it's going to most likely it's going to auto complete here. So this is another way too. Most people don't know this, and it auto completed for us. Okay. See that? Our design. So Amazon, this is like the Amazon search bar too back here. So if you type it in or different ideas, it's going to populate. Okay. If you like all these, you can just add all these keywords, right? So for example, let's go ahead and hit all, add them all. And then I'm just going to take out the ones that don't make sense. So socks doesn't make sense. If you're doing a pop socket, it makes sense. Look at right here. Sorry, I'm booked. Shirt Halloween. That makes sense. Mug makes sense, right? And then pop socket and stickers, or sticker doesn't make sense. So these 4 make sense right here. Okay, to my actual design right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the keywords. And as I add the keywords, take that out, add the keywords, it's going to populate. Okay. Now you're going to see the match type. It's going to populate the exact, phrase, broad, and they're all different. So these are the keywords that they're going for right here. Okay. And then you can change, if you want to change any of these, you can do that. Okay. If you want to put, you can just click that. You want to add a different 50 cents, you can do that, whatever you want to do here. Okay. And then I think with that right there, it's good. You can see all the keywords that I added into there, and that's how you add it in there. And then you come down here, up and down. I'm going to go down only for now. It's up to you. If you understand the concept, understand, the ads and get comfortable a bit. Once you start to get comfortable, I recommend you come over here and start using up and down. Remember, you come over here, so it's going to go to 60 cents a click with the up and down. But if you do down only, it's going to do anything below 30 cents, from 25 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents, 10 cents. Okay. And then everything else, I just leave blank. And then that campaign name, you're going to just put it to the exact campaign name up here. And then we'll put that in, boom. Then your daily budget, we can just do $3. And then you're going to go ahead and hit launch campaign, and boom, you're launching your ad to the actual design. So remember, so with the manual, I'll kind of just go over that real fast. You're just going to understand how people are going to search to find this actual design. Okay. That's all it is. That's what you're doing. Understanding your audience, who you're creating the design for, and then launching the ad. You're populating at the top of search with ads, and you have a good design, and then that's how you would convert more with this type of method. Okay. It's not a guarantee. It's all about testing at the end of the day. That design is not going to make it sell all the time, but you're giving yourself a better chance by getting more eyeballs on the actual product / design itself to increase your chances to make a sale. This is where you're going to add your ASIN. For example, we have the little blank spot there. I just left the blank spot for the ASIN on purpose. But for this example, we have our product here. So it's live right on Amazon. And what we're going to do is you can grab the ASIN from the URL up top, or you can come down to the very bottom and grab the ASIN here. And this is how you identify the product. So it's going to help you later on. That way it's not all messy. Sorry, I'm booked. So the ASIN would go here. Okay. And then we have the manual campaign, and then here you're going to put the ASIN here, and then you hit the search or enter, and then it'll populate here, and then you're going to go ahead and add it. So this is important if you want to run an ad to this actual product right here. And then down here, you get the ad group name, and then you can copy that right there, and then come all the way down to the bottom, and then you can put the campaign name right here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take you through the process of starting an auto campaign. So what we're going to do is come over here, sponsored ads, go to campaign, and then we're going to go ahead and click on create campaign right here. And then it's going to bring us over to the create campaign page. And then we're going to go over here to sponsor products, create campaign. Now, the campaign name, what I like to do is sorry. So we're going to create the ASIN. So sorry, booked. ASIN will be the example of what you're going to be, as far as what you're going to be putting into here. So the ASIN, and then the type of campaign. So running an auto, this will be an auto campaign that we're going to run. And then right here, you're going to go ahead and just apply your ASIN that you're going to put here. And it can be just your product. Okay. So what you're going to do is grab your ASIN from your product and put it right here into this, and then it's going to pop up, and then you're going to add the product to here. Okay. And then you come down, you're making sure that automatic targeting is checked. And this is the one right here that you're going to check. Now, when it comes to this part right here, so I set the default bid. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off at 30. Okay. You can start off, if you feel comfortable here, whatever you want to start off here, it all depends on you, right? I feel like sometimes when it comes to this, people overthink this, because if you put $1, it's going to spend your money fast. If you put $2, you're going to spend your money really fast. Now, the goal is to find that sweet spot where you're in the profit and making sales, still getting like views on the product, getting impressions on the product. But then obviously when a customer clicks, you want to get that right customer that's going to make that purchase. So starting off 30 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents to 80 cents is a good starting point. And then everything else, like negative keyword targeting, if you have any of that information, you can obviously add it into here. Okay, if you know the negative keywords in your niche that don't perform well, you can definitely do that. And then if we come down, now up and down, you're basically going to break this all down. Starting off, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and put the down only. So up, down, so it's going to 100% maximize. What this means is if it's 30 cents, it'll go up to 60 cents to get you that click to help you convert, right? And then it'll break it all down for you right here, right? So it's up to you. If you want to do this, you can do that by all means. But when starting off, I'd recommend you put down only until you get an idea. And then you can obviously mess with the up and down. And then placements, this is up to you if you want to mess with any of this stuff. Then they're adding new stuff in here too as well. So it's definitely might change in the next 3 months. So keep that in mind. And then the campaign name, what I like to do is just take that same name right there. And then if you have a portfolio, you can do that by creating different portfolios, but we'll just leave that as is right now. And then the start date, just leave that end date, leave it. And then we're just going to do your budget. Up to you, $3 to $5 is a good starting point. And then you hit launch, boom, it launches an auto campaign. All right, so this is the part where you would add your ASIN so you can populate the product. So what we're going to do is right here, I come over here to switch this over to all Amazon products. And then I come in here to
this is the actual product that's live on Amazon. I grab the ASIN. You can grab it from here, or you can grab it from here on the product details page right there. Okay, so it really don't matter out there or there in the URL. And then we're just going to go ahead and come over here to the product page, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the search, little search bar right there, and there it is. I'm just going to go ahead and hit add, and that's how you would add your product right there. And then up here you would update this part for your ASIN part, that little spot, that would be where, that's where you would put your ASIN at right there. Okay, and then that same ASIN, what I usually do is just copy it all the way down to the bottom right here on the campaign name too. Okay,
starting budgets at $3 to $5 per campaign per day. Manual bids, you can go anywhere between 30 to 80 cents. Raise bids slowly on winners. Negative match irrelevant clicks. If Halloween decorations is wasting money, you want to go ahead and put that into the negative search and block it. Since this is Halloween, timing matters. Ramp up bids September, mid-October. Focus on early October shoppers and prime early access sale. By late October, scale down to avoid wasted spend. This is important because you don't want to keep on wasting your spend on a design or a product that doesn't make sense and people are not going to buy it no more. They're just clicking for fun. Optimize your ads. Use custom text like perfect funny Halloween costume shirt, cute ghost book lover gift for Halloween. If you have brand registry, use lifestyle images, shirts at parties, pumpkins in the background, and I've seen plenty of these ads on Amazon.com where people are leveraging different styles of images or mock-ups and putting them on the Amazon.com landing page when a customer searches for a term. The sweet spot, launch ads after indexing. It can be anywhere between 2 to 7 days after uploads. Ads aren't a launch button. They are more of a testing tool to find winners and scale them while the season is hot. So more of a upload designs like on a Tuesday, and then on a Friday or even Sunday, that would be more of your running your ads campaign to your new designs and more of a process like that. So putting a workflow in for yourself to help you stay on top of launching ads to your new designs. If this helped you, hit subscribe with notification bells on. I post weekly Amazon merch and POD tips. I have a question for you. When do you launch your ads on your new products? Drop it in the comments. And if you want a low competition niche research done for you, watch this video right here. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.